Hello and welcome back to Monkey Gardening. It's an absolutely beautiful day today. The sun's finally come out. It's set to be fair for the next couple of days. It's not particularly warm, it's about 11 or 12 degrees, but it's dry and sunny. It's great, so I'm going to get on with some jobs. The first thing I'm going to do is plant up some strawberry plants that I picked up from B&Q. They were a bit of a bargain. I'll just switch the camera around. So yeah, they were selling these off in B&Q for £1 each, and they're big, strong, healthy plants, so I thought that was a bit of a bargain. I've got some sort of specialist ones being delivered in the next week or two, but I need loads, so I've picked up I think 9 of these. Yeah, so they're obviously in very small pots, so I'm going to pot these up now, and they can live in this bed for a while, or actually just out on the side probably. See how we get on. I think I've got enough compost. Things are going mad in Seedling Corner. We'll have a look up there in a bit, but for now let's pot up these strawberries. I just potted up the first 2 there, and then immediately run out of compost, so I've just nipped out to Lidl, just around the corner. It's quite handy, and I've got myself 4 bags of multi-purpose compost and a growing bag. I was just kind of curious as to what the difference was between the contents, so I'll have a look at that in a minute. But yeah, I'm going to need lots of compost to pot up these strawberries, so let's get on with that. That's my strawberry plants planted up. They seem very healthy, happy plants. What I did is I made a hole to put the plant in, filled the hole with water, then put the plant in, and then filled in around it so that the roots can find water straight away. My next job is to sow up the sweet peas that I've had soaking for a couple of nights. And I also picked up some more propagator sets from, or seedling trays, whatever you want to call them, from Lidl. This was £4.99 for a 4-pack. So I'll have a look, see what the quality of these is like. I'm probably going to order some more of the other ones that I like so much, but I thought I'd give these a go. So yeah, I'm going to sow these 2 lots of sweet peas, and then I've got some more sweet peas which I need to soak. And then we'll have a look at Seedling Corner, because some of the stuff up there needs to be moved on. So first impression of these, they're a bit naff. They're okay, but you can see the plastic's very thin on the top, and it's pretty thin on these as well. So I doubt they'll last more than a couple of seasons, but not bad for the price. They'll do. Actually, looking at these again, the major issue with these is there's no drainage holes on the bottom of the cells. It's a bit annoying, but I'll give them a go anyway. But yeah, normally there would be little drainage holes on the bottom of here. Okay, so that's the sweet peas sown. I've got royal white and royal red. Laid them all up, put the lid on, and then these will go up to Seedling Corner, and we'll have a look, see what's going on up there. So here we are in Seedling Corner, and as you can see, my sunflowers are going absolutely crazy. So they need to be potted up. As soon as they come out, they're looking for the light, and what will happen is they'll get really leggy. This morning, or this afternoon when I came up here, they were all leaning towards the windowsill to get as much light as possible. So these need to go outside. But before I can do that, I'm either going to have to clear out and clean my cold frame, or perhaps get one of the mini polytunnels out. But we'll do that tomorrow now. These sweet peas are coming on nicely. These 2 sets of sweet peas here haven't come through yet. And the ones that I've just sown will come up here, but I need to clear out some more space on this windowsill. So yeah, it's just over a week that I planted these. Let's see, 24th of March, and today's the 2nd of April. So yeah, it must be a really strong seed, that sunflower seed. So that's great. Next job for today is to sort out this basil plant. Again, this isn't an advert for Lidl, but I did buy this from Lidl. It's a pretty healthy plant. It's been on the windowsill for a few weeks now, but it desperately needs potting up. In fact, when you get these things from the supermarket, they need potting up straight away, but I didn't get round to it. It's pretty healthy, but you can see just here it's starting to flower. If it starts to do that, it means it's stressed, and we don't want it to produce flowers, we want it to produce more leaves. So what you can do is, I can't do this one-handed, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this flower off. I'm going to cut it just above where the next set of leaves are, and then it should produce more leaves out of that. The rest of them I think are okay. I don't think they've got flowers on. Unless that's one coming through there. It's very small, can't quite see. Anyway, I'm going to take that one off and plant this into a bigger pot. Okay, so now for a bit of mischief. As I said before, I'm going to set up a little puzzle for the squirrels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this with seeds, and I'm going to suspend it between either the two fences or the fence and the tree. So if the squirrel wants to get at it, it's got to sort of do a bit of a tightrope act along the string. If he manages to do that, then we'll put some other obstacles on, and we'll see how smart these sulphur squirrels actually are. I suspect they're not that smart, because years and years ago I actually had a squirrel feeder, and they never worked out how to use it properly. They used to chew at it and gnaw at it and go mental, but not actually work out how to open it. But we'll see. If nothing else, we can just feed the birds. Just had an exciting delivery. My strawberry plants that I ordered a few weeks ago have arrived. So let's open up the box and see what we got. Okay, so inside the box we've got some instructions telling me that I need to plant them into the ground, into pots straight away upon arrival. Some more detailed instructions about growing strawberries, and here I've got 12 plants in all, and I think there's 6 different varieties. Let's just check. Yes, there's 2 of each. So I thought I'd do a selection of different varieties and see how they differ. So yeah, I need to get these potted up, because today is nice weather again, but tomorrow and day after, and I think day after that as well, is we're forecast quite a lot of rain, so I'll probably not be able to get out in the garden. So I'll get these potted up before that happens. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. They're packaged quite nicely. They seem to have loads of growth on already. So yeah, let's get these potted up. Okay, so here they are. The roots are fairly damp, but I'm going to give them a little soak in the water before I plant them. The way these work, these were dug out the ground, well, according to the book anyway, they're dug out the ground in January and kept in cold storage until now. So I think the cold storage just sort of keeps them in hibernation. So yeah, I'm going to give these a little bit of a soak, but they're fairly wet anyway. I'm going to water them in, and it's going to rain tomorrow, so it should be okay. But yeah, packaged very nicely. The only thing you have to be aware of when planting strawberries is to make sure that the roots are buried, obviously, but this crown bit just above the roots, that's where everything grows from. If you bury that, it can rot off or just not do its thing. So leave that above the ground, bury everything else. Okay, so that's the first variety in. They've already got some flowers coming. They look a little bit battered for themselves, but I think they'll be okay once they get established. So I'm going to repeat the process with all the rest. I won't show you that, but I'll show you the whole lot when it's done. Okay, so they're all planted up, labelled up and watered in. I've not gone mad with watering in because it's going to rain pretty much all day tomorrow, and it looks like the day after as well. So I'll just let those drain, and then we'll put them in here with the other strawberry plants. So they've got some protection from cats and squirrels. The cat still keeps slashing open the netting at the end and getting in. I've just put this thing together to try and keep them out, but I'm going to need a better solution for fencing this off. I'm not quite sure what it is. I'll have a look online this evening, I think. But yeah, pleased with the strawberry plants. They've got some great names. I pronounce some of them. Honey Oe, Cambridge Favourite, Starry, Corona, Florence and Fenella. There's some information in here about what the different varieties are and what their characteristics are. So I'll have a read of that later over a cup of tea. So yeah, it'll be interesting actually to see how much better or worse these do than the ones I got from B&Q. I think they're around, I think these were around £2 a plant, and these were £1, I think. So yeah, see how we get on. Right, next job is to pot up these sunflowers. These ones are the giant variety, planted about less than 2 weeks ago. Annoyingly, I'm running out of compost again, despite buying loads the other day. So I might take a trip to B&Q later and get get a really big amount rather than these little bags from Lidl. They're fine for quality. Yeah, I'll try and pot up as many of these as I can until we run out of compost. I've got another 2 trays of these, although one of the trays I think can stay in seedling corner for a little bit longer. But these definitely need potting up. And you can see if I lift them out of the tray, you can see that the roots are coming all the way through the drainage holes at the bottom. So these are way overdue being potted up. It's quite an impressive amount of growth they put on in less than 2 weeks. Okay, so they're all potted up. There's a couple of smaller seedlings left in the tray, then got back on the windowsill. And these are going to go and live in the cloche, just to try and protect them from the cold a little bit. But they should be okay. It's going to get cold tonight, but not frosty cold. It's still 1 or 2 degrees above freezing. So I've treated myself to a little toy today. I've got a outside wireless camera, which I'm going to put in the garden, so you can see what goes on out there in terms of wildlife. It's got night vision as well and motion detection. The squirrel, let me zoom in, yeah. The squirrel puzzle Mark 1 is a bit of a failure. The bird feeder is full of quite small seed, and what's happening is the birds are coming in, taking the seed but shaking it around, and then seeds land on the ground. Squirrel comes along and just picks up the seeds from the bottom off the ground, so it's not much of a puzzle. Also, I couldn't get much tension in this string, so it's not really high enough up. But I'm going to leave it there for now because the birds have found it, and I like having the birds visiting. I'll put the camera up so we can see who comes and visits. But when this seed is gone, I'll refill this, but with peanuts that won't shake out of the holder, and I'll get some plastic wire or something to suspend it so I can get it a little bit higher off the ground. But for now, I'm going to set up this camera. The best bit about setting up this camera is I get to use my DeWalt drill, which Bird gave me, which is flipping awesome. I've been waiting for hours for this thing to finish charging. You have to charge the battery, but I've got bored. It's been charging now for about 4 hours. I'm impatient, so I'm going to set it up. Okay, so here's the camera set up. It's the next day now. There's a bit of faffing around with various firmware updates and that kind of thing. I've got it trained on the bird feeder. But last night it captured a hedgehog in the garden. I'll try and include the footage. In the 18 years I've lived here, I've never seen a hedgehog. But yeah, there was one walking around bulbous grass last night. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what I capture with this thing. So today it's lovely and sunny again. The garden's slowly drying out. If we can have a few more dry days, it'll be good. But for now I'm going to plant up some more sunflowers and sow some more herbs. But I think that'll probably do for this episode, so I can get on and edit and upload something. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take care everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.